What's up, everybody? This is the latest video by Brad King. So, we're gonna talk about today. Oh, these YouTube videos, these fight videos. What I wanted to say is, like, black people need to realize, like, the only reason black people was ever brought to America from Africa was to be a laboring class. That's it. You know, the Pope sanctioned Europeans to go to America and build America, because there was nothing in America. People keep trying to make it seem like Europeans were running from religious persecution. But you're going to tell me Europe is not big enough to hide in Europe? That's a big ass lie. People say that they came over here because they were seeking refuge and they wanted to run away from, they wanted to be religious. That's a goddamn lie. They came to America to build America and build wealth in Europe and build wealth in Central America. That's what the Europeans came over here for. And you got to think about it. They didn't have trucks and shit like that. So they needed a laboring class. So the laboring class was the black people. Because the Pope, one of the Popes owned slaves. And I forgot how, one of the Popes owned slaves, so they got this idea that they could use blacks for the laboring class. And black people own slaves too. You got to understand, like, black people, we always talk about black on black crime. Black people have always been at odds with each other due to cultural differences. But here in America in 1638, that's when they made it a law. It was black against white. It would be white on top, black on bottom. And, that's how billionaires became billionaires, off of slave labor. And that's how America got rich. Every white man, for the most part, is born in America with 85% of what he needs to become successful. All he needs is a dream in his head and persevere, and he can become successful. He has what he needs in his culture. He has it in his religion. He has it in his schools. White people were born in America. The country was built for them, and it's going to look out for white people. And black people was used as the laboring class. But now what I'm getting to now is that you have computers and you have machines to do the jobs that black people once did. This is why factories closed, because factories were sent to other parts of the country. Where they could get manual labor done a lot cheaper. But anyway, back to what I was getting to is, like, you don't need black people no more. You got Mexicans to do this shit, to be slaves now. And black people need to realize that this is why you have all these police killings. Because, every problem that goes on in America, some way or another, is going to be blamed on black people. And these YouTube videos with us fighting each other, making us look like savages, don't help. You got women fighting butt naked in the street. You got guys stomping each other's head in. You got guys shooting each other. You got all this shit on YouTube. And everything in America is about money. So as soon as you put that shit on YouTube and it get mad hits, it's going to generate some revenue. And people don't seem to get that shit. Black people don't seem to get that shit. And that's why you got all these cop killings and black people, and these politicians know this shit. And these politicians keep throwing black people under the bus instead of coming forth and saying something. You got to understand, like, everything that goes on in Washington, they know that shit like years, months ahead. This shit is all done by proper planning. And they pick these politicians to go out and speak to the people, while the politicians get their pockets, get money put in their pockets. They know this shit, man. Or most of these politicians, black politicians, for the most part, throw black people under the bus. But the minute they start saying multicultural and diversity and people of color and ethnicity and minorities and shit like that, they full of shit. Because black people are black. That's the only thing that separates us from everybody else. But the minute we start using these jaded and ambiguous terms like multicultural, ethnicity, urban, people of color, diversity, that means everybody's thrown in the pot with black people. And then that dilutes black people power. It dilutes black people power. We're like shattered pieces of glass, like Claude Anderson was saying. We're like shattered pieces of glass, and it puts us all over the place. And black votes is not strong. So my whole point of what I'm coming back to is black people. We need to stop putting these black people fighting each other videos up there on YouTube and making us look like animals. It's not helping. It's not helping our profile. It's not helping our reputation, man. It makes us look like savages. The same way it made us look like we were savages in Africa, through the media, and through controversy, and through propaganda. That's what YouTube is now. It's the propaganda machine It's a propaganda machine to justify killing black people. That's what I thought I'd say. Alright, y'all. Check out my videos on YouTube. Check out my books on Amazon. It's called Corner Stores in the Middle of the Block. And don't beat your children or they'll turn out like me. Alright, y'all. Let's come together and stop this dumb shit.